events which has taken participations in my life when I was holding the position of the executive body member of the High Court Bar Association. During that period, whatever the dignitaries have come, I was feeling privileged that I am amongst those people who happen to be the President of India, the Governor, the International Court of Justice, and other people. Those dignitaries were here in the year of 1986-85 when I taken participation for the purposes of getting that there should not be the partition of High Court by creating much more benches, because the benches, if there will be the formation of the benches at every place, it will be eroding the very foundation. But why now I feel that I have chosen a wrong place. The judiciary is not having any sort of the purpose to achieve, because the people of India, what the Churchill has said, we are committing the folly by giving the power to those persons who doesn't know how to live. History will not forget us after the dawn of 50 years of independence, because everything will be taxed except air and water. And now, unfortunately, the air and water is taxed on the cost of the people. A foreign lady known as Sonia Gandhi is ruling the entire nation by inducting those persons who are indulged into the corruption. And the people are having the witness of the accomplice of those like Raja and other, that our Pranab Mukherjee, who happened to be the finance minister at that time, was also a mute spectator of the things what has taken place during the 2G scam, where at least the crores of wealth was given to those who are not only having the purchasable power, but those who are having the power to ruin the nation, like those who are there in ISI and those who are the Chinese intelligence agency, and Naria and Tata conversations has been taken as that of the right of livelihood. And the argument were advanced before the Supreme Court that these conversations should not be made public, because public will be losing the trust against, and that will be detrimental to the interest of the multinationals and the industrialist here. Now 3% of the population is having the vast money in their hand, and this is the high time when we should have got the introspections regarding that what we got out of these things, what in our constitution, whether these are the objectives which are being fulfilled at present by the people, or we have lost ourselves in the system of the governance, which is going to erode the very foundation on the basis of which the democratic structure was built upon. So as such, I am getting some sort of the advancement of those things where I perceive that there is something wrong with our system, and we should think that what sort of the wrong is there in our system has to be rectified, because without having the rectification of the system, we cannot change the present scene of the governance. And for this, I'm having one of the remembrance of mine, which I have gathered during the last 34 years of my practice at Allahabad High Court, because before it I worked there in the district court as the lawyer. I remained there. I was thinking that I was the farmer when I lost my father. I got the farming, I was doing the cultivation, but I was exploited by those people who were there in the power, like Lekpal, like Tehsildar, like Revenue Inspector, like collector, like other police officers who were always there for the purposes of having the operations of mine, being a farmer. Then I joined here at Allahabad High Court. And during the period when there was a verdict given by Justice J.M.L. Sinha against Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister of this nation, who has become the instrumental for the purposes of having the supersession of the 3 judges in 1973, and thereafter the promulgation of the emergency during that period. The Shah Commission was implemented, but unfortunately Chaudhry Charan Singh has taken over the power as a Prime Minister, and he has inducted a Chopla Commission, and that Chopla Commission has got the entire Shah Commission report being burned up, and the entire charge of those atrocities which were committed by Indira Gandhi, who was a puppet in the hand of KGB from 1959 onward, along with Hemmati Nandan Bahula, which has come into the record, and ultimately the Lal Bahadur Shastri was eliminated from the picture. This Indira Gandhi, who has done the Kargil Pact, where so many soldiers were killed because the area was made free from the army, and ultimately the shrewd politics of the politicians, they are ruling the Pakistan. They have taken the policy or the strategy just to acquire the power from the hand of the Hindu given to the hand of those people, those who are selling the nation for the purposes of getting their cult being promulgated upon us. We were not having so many madrasa during the period when the British has commanded over us. We were not having that much of the mosque which is being created every day on the street, and nobody is going to get any interference into the process of having the usurpations thereof. The public property is being used for the purposes of having the nawaz being offered. The people are having those where the population of the Hindu and Muslims are quite equal. Then it is only the Hindu who run away from the society. Justice Markandeya Karju happened to be the judge of the Allahabad High Court, who had one case being conducted of Rajia Salim, of the chairman of Jila Panchayat, Khurja. When he is giving the verdict as a judge of the High Court, I said that the verdict cannot be given because the charges are very severe. 106 charges were there. Her husband happened to be the client of Justice Markandeya Karju, and Justice Markandeya Karju has got the verdict given again in the second removal case in violation with the provision of section 48(3) of the Kshetri Panchayat and Jila Panchayat Adniyam 1961. So then I thought that whether this man is actually doing something for the nation, whether he is doing due to his personal whims and fancy. When I argued a case, they are in one of the mines matter, I said kindly look into the provision. What the provision says, he said that no, you sit down because I will not tolerate you conducting the argument except by my will. Then I said that no, I have not come here for the purposes of having the humiliation, but to assist the court. And the court is not having any sort of the etiquettes just to talk with me. I can die for the cause for which I have been assigned with a duty. As such, he became morose. He said that I will call to the court martial and he will arrest you and send you to the jail. Then I said that you can send me anywhere, but I will say that kindly look into the provision of law. But Justice Markandeya Karju has not looked into that because he was adamant to help his client. Then I petitioned in the case of Rajia Salim. He said that I am making this Rajia Salim as Rajia Sultana just to rule over there. To every OBC, to every scheduled caste. He was saying that it's not your profession where you have come here. And he used to have a very salt temper. Whenever I made a complaint, Sri Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar was there, he called me that Justice Markandeya Karju wanted to tender his apology for and don't send the complaint to the higher authorities, to the Chief Justice. But unfortunately by that time, I have sent a copy to Justice D.S. Sinha, the senior judge who was having the charge of the Chief Justice, then on